Flik to flik.
This is one of the most amazing animals on the face of the earth. This is a tapir. Now this is a baby tapir, the cutest animal offspring in the animal kingdom. By far. There's no competition here. I have dedicated the past 20 years of my life to the research and conservation of tapirs in Brazil, and it has been absolutely amazing. But at the moment, I've been thinking really, really hard about the impact of my work. I've been questioning myself about the real contributions I have made for the conservation of these animals I love so much. Am I being effective in safeguarding their survival? Am I doing enough? I guess the big question here is, am I studying tapirs and contributing to their conservation, or am I just documenting their extinction? The world is facing so many different conservation crises. We all know that. It's all over the news every day. Tropical forests and other ecosystems been destroyed, climate change, so many species on the brink of extinction. Tigers, lions, elephants, rhinos, tapirs. This is the lowland tapir, the tapir species I work with, the largest terrestrial mammal of South America. They're massive, they're powerful. Adults can weigh up to 300 kilos, that's half the size of a horse. They're gorgeous. Tapirs are mostly found in tropical forests, such as the Amazon, and they absolutely need large patches of habitat in order to find all the resources they need to reproduce and survive. But their habitat is being destroyed, and they have been hunted out of several parts of their geographic distribution. And you see, this is very, very unfortunate, because tapirs are extremely important for the habitats where they're found. They're herbivores. 50% of their diet consists of fruit. And when they eat the fruit, they swallow the seeds, which they disperse throughout the habitat through their feces. They play this major, major role in shaping and maintaining the structure and diversity of the forest. And for that reason, tapirs are known as gardeners of the forest. Isn't that amazing? If you think about it, the extinction of tapirs would seriously affect biodiversity as a whole. I started my tapir work in 1996, still very young, fresh out of college, and it was a pioneer research and conservation program. At that point, we had nearly zero information about tapirs, mostly because they're so difficult to study. They're nocturnal, solitary, very, very elusive animals. And we got started getting very basic data about these animals. But what is it that a conservationist does? Well, first, we need data. We need field research. We need those long-term data sets to support conservation action. And I told you, tapirs are very hard to study. So we have to rely on indirect methods to study them. We have to capture and anesthetize them so that we can install GPS collars around their necks and follow their movements, which is a technique used by many other conservationists around the world. And then we can gather information about how they use space, how they move through the landscape, what are their priority habitats, and so much more. Next, we must disseminate what we learn. We have to educate people about tapirs and how important these animals are. And it's amazing how many people around the world who do not know what a tapir is. In fact, many people think this is a tapir. Let me tell you, this is not a tapir. This is a giant anteater. Tapirs do not eat ants, never, ever. And then next, we have to provide training, capacity building. It is our responsibility to prepare the conservationists of the future. We are losing several conservation battles, and we need more people doing what we do. And they need the skills, and they need the passion to do that. ultimately, we conservationists, we must be able to apply our data, to apply our accumulated knowledge to support actual conservation action. Our first taper program took place in the Atlantic forest in the eastern part of Brazil, one of the most threatened biomes in the world. The destruction of the Atlantic forest began in the early 1500s when the Portuguese first arrived in Brazil, beginning the European colonization in the eastern part of South America. This forest was almost completely cleared for timber, agriculture, cattle ranching, and the construction of cities. And today, only 7% of the Atlantic forest is still left standing. And tapirs are found in very, very small, isolated, disconnected populations. In the Atlantic forest, we found out that tapirs move through open areas of pasture land and agriculture, going from one patch of forest to patch of forest. So our main approach in this region was to use our tapir data to identify the potential places for the establishment of wildlife corridors in between those patches of forest, reconnecting the habitat so that tapirs and many other animals could cross the landscape safely. After 12 years in the Atlantic forest, in 2008, we expanded our tapir conservation efforts to the Pantanal in the western part of Brazil, near the border with Bolivia and Paraguay. This is the largest continuous freshwater floodplain in the world, an incredible place and one of the most important strongholds for lowland tapirs in South America. And working in the Pantanal has been extremely refreshing, because we found large, healthy tapir populations in the area, and we have been able to study tapirs in the most natural conditions we'll ever find, very much free of threats. In the Pantanal, besides the GPS collars, we're using another technique, camera traps. This camera is equipped with the movement sensor. It photographs animals when they walk in front of it. So thanks to these amazing devices, we have been able to gather precious information about tapir reproduction and social organization, which are very important pieces of the puzzle when you're trying to develop those conservation strategies. And now, right now, 2015, we're expanding our work once again to the Brazilian Cerrado, the open grasslands and shrub forests in the central part of Brazil. Today, this region is the very epicenter of economic development in my country, where natural habitat and wildlife populations are rapidly being eradicated by several different threats, including, once again, cattle ranching, large sugarcane and soybean plantations, poaching, roadkill, just to name a few. And somehow, tapirs are still there, which gives me a lot of hope. But I have to say that starting this new program in the Cerrado was a bit of a slap in the face. When you drive around and you find dead tapirs along the highways, and signs of tapirs wandering around in the middle of sugarcane plantations where they shouldn't be, and you talk to kids and they tell you that they know how tapir meat tastes because their families poach and eat them, it really breaks your heart. The situation in the Cerrado made me realize, gave me this sense of urgency. I am swimming against the tide. It made me realize that despite 2 decades of hard work trying to save these animals, we still have so much work to do if we are to prevent them from disappearing. We have to find ways to solve all these problems. We really do. And you know what? We really came to a point in the conservation world where we have to think out of the box. We'll have to be a lot more creative than we are right now. And I told you, roadkill is a big problem for tapirs in the Cerrado, so we just came up with the idea of putting reflective stickers on the GPS collars we put on the tapirs. These are the same stickers used on big trucks to avoid collision. So tapirs cross the highways after dark, so the stickers will hopefully help drivers see this shining thing crossing the highway, and maybe they will slow down a little bit. For now, this is just a crazy idea. We don't know. We'll see if it will reduce the amount of tapir roadkill. But the point is, maybe this is the kind of stuff that needs to be done. And And although I'm struggling with all these questions in my mind right now, I have a pact with tapers. I know in my heart that taper conservation is my cause. This is my passion. I'm not alone. I have this huge network of supporters behind me, and there's no way I'm ever going to stop. I will continue doing this, most probably for the rest of my life. And I'll keep doing this for Patricia, my namesake, one of the first tapers we captured and monitored in the Atlantic forest many, many years ago, for Rita and her baby Vincent in the Pantanal, and I'll keep doing this for Ted, a baby tapir we captured in December last year, also in the Pantanal. And I will keep doing this for the hundreds of tapirs I've had the pleasure to meet over the years, and the many others I know I will encounter in the future. These animals deserve to be cared for. They need me. They need us. And you know, we human beings deserve to live in a world where we can get out there and see and benefit from not only tapirs, but all the other beautiful species, now and in the future. Thank you so much.
Flick to link, link to flick. My photo taste is the Pinterest because they are the best.
Tom, could you let go of my hand?
Sorry, it's just I get nervous flying.
Well, we've landed in Marseille now, so you're safe. Oh, I like your passport photo.
Oh, do you?
I didn't know your middle name was Stanley.
Yep, after my great-great-grandfather.
Really? Come on, we need to get a taxi. Taxi! Taxi!
Hello again. Anna and Tom are on a very important business trip to try and sign a deal to sell their plastic fruit to a company in France. The company has received a better offer, so Anna needs to convince them that Tip Top Trading's lemons are best. Are you feeling confident, Anna?
Not really. It was okay speaking to them on the phone, but seeing them face to face is quite scary.
You'll be fine. Stay calm. They'll be pleased you've taken the time to fly out and see them. But tell them you're grateful for their time and recap what you told them on the phone.
Oh, yes. Beat the price of the competitor, but get them to make a bigger order.
Yes, and if they order more, you can offer a bigger discount. Good luck!
Oh, look, we're here now. Now, Anna, I hope you don't mind me saying, but just leave the talking to me, all right?
Well...
Oh, Madame Brown, ciao, great to see you. Oh, what?
Monsieur Brown, bonjour. I'm Anna from Tip Top Trading. This is my colleague Tom. Thank you for sparing the time to see us.
No problem. Did you have a good flight? Oh, it was great. I love those little bottles of wine they give out. I kept a few with me if you fancy a glass of vin rouge.
I think we should sit down and discuss business.
Of course. Yeah, good idea.
Now, I believe Tutti Frutti has offered you a good price, but as I said on the phone, we can't beat that.
Yes, you did. Did you, Anna?
But to get this price, you've got to buy lots more.
Anna, that's not very subtle. You need to convince them they need to buy more without telling them they have to.
What she means is our Imperial lemons are made with our unique laser curve technology. They are hard-wearing and a joy to have on display in any shop window or restaurant.
Tom, that's amazing.
I read it on the back of the box.
So, we really feel that we have a product that you'll be proud to display. And to get this fantastic price, you just need to place an order of 10,000.
Yep, and we can even throw in a free sample of our new Perfect Peach range.
Each lemon comes with a satisfaction guarantee. I know you won't be disappointed.
It sounds good. Okay, I think you have a deal.
Good work, Anna. Don't forget to ask him to sign the contract and tell him when he can expect the order to be delivered.
Okay. I would be grateful if you could just sign the contract. We'll get the lemons to you as quickly as we can. Tom, do you have a pen?
No, actually, it was in my bag yesterday, but it's gone. It was a nice, good one, too.
No problem. I have a pen. There you go.
Thank you. It was a pleasure doing business with you. We'll get those lemons to you in 2 weeks' time.
Parfait.
Good work, Anna. Oh, and Tom too. The contract is signed, but now you have to deliver what you've promised. There are many ways to clinch a deal. Here are some of the phrases Anna used.
Thank you for sparing the time to see us. Each lemon comes with a satisfaction guarantee. I know you won't be disappointed. I would be grateful if you could just sign the contract. Thank you. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
So it's been a successful day. It's time for Tom and Anna to fly back to London and tell Paul the good news. Or is it?
Oh no, look! Our flight to London is cancelled. It's the last one today. What are we going to do?
Well, I guess we're just going to have to stay here for the night. I'll sort out a hotel.
Until next time, bye! Hello again. It's the big day and Mr. Socrates is about to arrive at the offices of Tip Top Trading to talk officially to the team. What's he going to say? And more importantly, will he get his freshly squeezed orange juice?
Quickly, everybody, he's coming out of the lift with Paul.
Anna, quickly. Get a glass of orange juice ready.
And if we come through this door here, we get to the office. And, morning everyone. I'm sure we've all met Mr. Socrates on the day of the, fire. But today everything is a bit calmer and, well, he's here to say hello. Hi.
Biscuit, Mr. Socrates?
Biscuit? You mean a goddamn cookie. Thanks.
Mr. Socrates, I'm Anna. Would you like some orange juice? Freshly squeezed?
You betcha, as long as it's made from Florida oranges. Hey, Anna, ain't you the girl that booked my hotel room?
Yes. Sorry about the bed and...
Hey, you got me a new room. It was great. You did a good job there. Well done.
Oh, thanks.
Hello, it's Tom. I recommended the hotel. It was,
Tom, everyone, shall we gather round and hear what Mr. Socrates has to say? Please.
Hey, what's your name?
Paul.
Yeah, you. Don't you think I should be sitting in the big chair?
Sorry. Yes, of course. There you go.
Now, tip-top trading. I gotta give it to you straight. Things ain't looking good. In fact, the outlook is gloomy. The global recession has led to a meltdown in the plastic fruit sector. And I've got to announce a profit warning. We just ain't selling enough of these bananas, oranges, and lemons to make any money.
There's a bit of an economic squeeze on lemons.
What?
Oh, dear. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but it sounds bad.
It is, Anna. He's delivering some bad news without hiding the truth. That's why he said, I've got to give it to you straight. He said, the outlook is gloomy, which means the future doesn't look good. And he mentioned a profit warning, which means company profits are probably going to go down.
Crikey, that is bad. What does it mean?
Just keep listening for now.
So, this calls for action. I'm gonna have to...
Oh no, not me, Mr. Socrates. I've been a loyal employee. I couldn't face being unemployed.
Tom, calm down.
I'm not talking about redundancies yet.
Gosh, well, that calls for another biscuit.
My plan is we're going into Europe.
You mean we're moving to Europe?
No, Anna. I think he means we're going to sell plastic fruit to the European market.
Oh, right. Oh, great. Mr. Socrates, I've lots of experience with Europe. I had a holiday in Spain once, twice actually.
Well, we'll have to make sure our phones can make international calls.
I think you're going to need some help with this, so I'm bringing in my best marketing executive, Rachel. What she doesn't know about selling to Europe, you don't want to know. She'll be here in a few weeks' time.
Do you know if she prefers tea or coffee? Or orange juice, perhaps?
Look, Diana.
Denise?
Denise. Like Dennis, right? She'll want the best tea, coffee, the best team. I'll expect improved results and profits. If not, your next will be on the line. Especially yours, Paul.
Oh, Chop, we'd better get back to work.
Scary. Your next will be on the line. It means their jobs will be at risk if things don't improve. It's a worrying time for tip-top trading. Let's remind ourselves of the phrases Mr. Socrates used to deliver bad news.
I've got to give it to you straight. The outlook is gloomy. I've got to announce a profit warning.
Let's hope this new marketing strategy for Europe's going to work. How are you feeling, Anna?
A little nervous.